Hi Gemini, so this is going to be your August reading. So it's going to be a general reading from now until the end of August. We'll check back in mid-month and do a mid-month reading, but let's get into August. What's the central energy for Geminis? I feel like I am an honorary Gemini. I was born like 5 hours before the sun went into Gemini. So I'm a Taurus technically, but I feel your vibes. So let's see what's going on for you guys. What's the central energy for Gemini? What's the central energy for Gemini? Two of Wands. My goodness, so many signs are getting this. So Two of Wands is, having the world in your hands, thinking about what you want to do, where you want to go. What's coming in for you. This is all about the pause before transition. So, interesting. You have the world in your hands. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? It feels like you have a lot of opportunity, a lot of options, possibly just two options, but it feels like you have a lot of control, a lot of power. It's like placed in your hands. It's not relying on anybody else. You might be taking somebody else with you, though, because this is the two. How do you want to move forward? What's helping or hindering this for Gemini? What's helping or hindering this for Gemini? The Hermit. So this could be some sort of spiritual journey. You could be traveling from, this is just for some of you, from now until at least the end of the year, until winter comes. But it feels like a spiritual journey. Wherever you were or whatever you were doing in the past, it was bringing unfulfillment. And it's causing you to kind of go on this much needed, can't speak, much needed journey of the soul, fool's journey. But this is about spiritual enlightenment. That's what it feels like. You're like, where will I find this? This feels very much, let's see, let's get some more cards, because there's contradicting energies of the two and the Hermit. The Hermit's an alone journey. So let's see if we have any people come out in your reading. What's the subconscious of Gemini for this month of August? The Tower. So you could have gone through a tumultuous time. You could have lost your home. You could have left your home. You could have left your apartment. You could have had a breakup. You could have had something that kind of came apart that is making you kind of have this look out into the world about, where do I want to go? What do I want to do now? This is a forced kind of spiritual journey. You're forced to move on. This is for your best good, highest interest. This is necessary. This is divinely guided. What's in the past for Gemini? So many signs. I feel like almost all of them. So the last 4 or 5 I've done, everybody is moving on. So this is the energy, I feel like, of the eclipses coming in and taking things out that no longer serve us, no longer are helpful in our lives. It's difficult. We want to stay comfortable. We want to have something reliable, but it's forcing growth. It feels like these are growing pains a little bit. So what's in the past? All right. 8 of Wands. 9 of Wands, sorry. Feeling trapped by burdens, feeling unsure about which way to go. I feel like the Tower probably came in and made that very clear. Move forward, or, stay in this difficult situation. So this is kind of finding your way out of a maze, finding your way out of whatever situation that was no longer feeling joyful, no longer sparking joy. Now you're going forward and saying, what feels like joy, what sparks that excitement within. That's your intuition. Following that forward. The Hermit, figuring out what that is, finding out how to develop that. What's the current situation for Gemini? Current energy. What's the current energy for Gemini? Three of Wands. Again, this is all about, turning your back to whatever difficult situation you were in and contemplating how you want to move forward. Which direction do you want to take? How are you going to get what you want? How are you going to get this fourth wand, the stability? This is looking out to the world, but this is also turning the back to what was no longer serving you. 2 to the 3, right above each other. This is necessary. What's the future energy for Gemini? What's the future energy? The Sun. So this path is a big yes. This is going to bring you expansion, joy, happiness, growth. This is all very wonderful. So very interesting. That's like a quick turnaround. That feels like a very positive turnaround. Sorry, guys. The Sun. Yeah. This feels like, there's a moment, it feels like the first half of August is a little bit of this Hermit energy going within, figuring out what you want to do, making decisions, deciding to move forward. And then I feel like the second half of August, the second half of August is this playful energy. It's this need to kind of attract abundance by living a joyful life, doing what brings joy, brings fulfillment, brings emotional. This came up upside down, so I'm going to read it that way. I don't usually read upside down, but it feels like this wanted to come up that way. Coming out of a time of defeat. That's your power. So every little thing that crops up that adds to this, bringing joy back to your life, notice it, give gratitude, give thanks, because it's a blessing. It's a big blessing. Whatever's coming in, I feel like this is a big month for a lot of people. So notice the people that come in. This could be a Leo. We have Virgo here. We have a lot of wands, so fire energy. Notice the people that come in. I feel like these are divinely guided people to come into your path to help you either with directionality, which way to go, or how to heal from this, a little bit of a difficult time, how to bring joy. Empress in your exterior environment. This could be a Taurus. But this could also be, as a general energy, you coming into this sense of power. You getting control over your, not control, but more like mastering your passions, your emotions, your finances. It's like, how do I go forward in the best way possible? Then boom, all of a sudden you get this expansive energy in every aspect of your life. I feel like that's the Sun and the Empress are really mirroring off each other. If you're a female, I feel like massive expansion coming in for you, really coming into your own. I feel like the spotlight is on you, so that's going to be a really positive thing for you Geminis. Some of you like that. What does Gemini need to know this month? What does Gemini need to know? The Magician. Creating a new life, creating a new situation, creating a new path. It's like you have all the tools, and this is infinite amounts of expansion, infinite amounts of possibility. It's like whatever you make it, whatever you're wishing for, whatever you've been manifesting through this tower, because the manifestation process starts before the tower. The tower just comes in because maybe you're holding on to something a little too tightly, or whatever the situation might have been, it just wasn't working out. This is the energy of the eclipse. Thank you for what it was at the time. It helped and aided in my growth. But now something new is coming in, a new path, a new creative venture. whatever it is, since this is a general reading, but you are manifesting something big. We have big cards on the table. The Hermit, the Sun, the Tower, the Empress, the Magician. More than half of the cards so far are Major Arcana cards. I feel like this is a big pivot point for all the Geminis. All the Geminis, at least this is applying to. Outcome, this probably has to do with finances, working hard on your money. Interesting. So whatever sparks joy, whatever you're moving towards, whatever you're becoming, whatever is growing, whatever new avenue you're going down, it brings more money. And you're focused on it. It brings, what do I want to say? It's like work that you don't feel like is work. And you are, it's this energy of creating something. Maybe it's creating your own business or creating basically your own life. And you have to put in a lot of work, but it doesn't even feel like it. You'd rather put in 100 hours of work to whatever you're doing than whatever you were doing in the past. So maybe this is a new creative, maybe you're becoming your own boss. And 100 hours of work feels like nothing than 40 hours of work of drudgery. Or, whatever it is, it feels like there's no problem putting in all the work you need because you're manifesting something big here, Gemini. There's definite fire sign energy here all around your reading. So if you're connecting with a fire sign, this is confirmation. And the star, we have Aquarius here. So this is your wish, though. Again, this is going back to the message I felt before, though, that the spotlight's on you this month. Something about you are going to be in kind of catching somebody's attention. That's for sure. Star. And you're going to be feeding your own dreams. It's like you going after your own dreams. After, it's like the universe shook you up to realize, what are you doing? This isn't why you came here to do. You have bigger plans. You have bigger earthly missions. It's time to get a moving. What are you doing? Staying stagnant. Let me shake your world up for a minute so you can get the Sun, the Empress, the Magician, and the Star. Holy, Major Arcana here. This is all Major Arcana reading. So get ready, stay grounded. You're coming out of a time of difficulty and into a time of more emotional fulfillment. Yeah, this is a time to get what you kind of deserve. You've been through, I don't necessarily believe that you need to go through difficult things to learn how to receive wonderful things, but that's what this feels like. So the difficult time's over. It's time to receive. Know that you're worthy. Know that you have the power to manifest whatever you want. Pick a path and go, because the Sun is here. All right, I think that's all I want to say for Gemini. And the spotlight's on you. So I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for all your likes, subscribes, and shares. If you want to contact me, I'll leave my information below. And have a wonderful rest of your month, and I'll be back mid-month with an update. All right, thanks, Gemini.